Now, really best of luck, obviously in America and then further on with the Olympic qualifier. But it would be silly of me to have an opportunity to speak to you and not talk about this Saturday's big fight between Daniel Dubois and Joyce. Joyce, someone you spent a lot of time with on GB. Daniel Dubois, obviously his sister, is now in the GB squad with you. So don't worry too much about split loyalties. But I asked you about the fight before when it was first announced. And I guess my question really is, has the way you view the fight changed since then?
Yeah, first and foremost, I think Caroline, I think she beats them both.
Yeah.
She's a proper
She's
fighter.
right there, is she?
No, she's not. But she's a great fighter. Yeah, it's one of them fights where, some weeks I only see little bits on social media. I haven't been down sparring with any of them recently, so I only see little bits on social media, and that makes you change your mind and makes you sway your mind a bit. I mean, if you was looking at the Frank Warren's social media, you think that this is destined for Daniel to go and win. If you look at Sam Jones' social media, you think Joyce can't lose. It's just one of them. It's just the way it's panned out, sort of thing. Like I say, both guys not massive talkers, but very, very big fighters and good at what they do. But yeah, I keep chopping and changing, to be honest. At one point, I thought the experience of Joe will be too much. Now I'm thinking the youth of Daniel might be too much. For Joe, it's one of them. I don't know. I've just had an interview 5 minutes before this, and I literally sat on the fence. Since then, I thought, Daniel's been looking in really good shape. I just went on Instagram. I seen him punching something. If he hits anyone with that, he's going to knock him out. Then I look at the shape of Joe. He's had the transformation over the last 12 weeks, whatever it is. I'm up in the air with this one. 50-50 British heavyweight fight. We're all over it, aren't we?
From what you've seen of Joe in the last however long, 6 months to a year, from when you worked with him, regularly, what do you make of that transformation, that difference?
He's definitely more of a pro now, in the sense that even though he's still busy, if you look at a pre-Rio Olympics Joyce, and you did any analysis on him, he was absolutely ferocious. I think he's slowed down a bit now because he's doing the longer rounds, which obviously you'd have to. Still durable, still strong, still ploughing forward. I just think it's all slowed down a little bit, which I think could be a downfall. I think maybe he needs to use them attributes to the fullest in this fight. His work, the way he works, relentlessly, whilst not taking too much on the way in, not getting pushed back. I've never really seen him push back, and if Daniel can do that, I'll be massively impressed.
And then on the flip side, Dubois, you've not sparred him, have you?
Yeah, I mean, Daniel was on this squad for a long time, and if I can tell you now, he's proper good fighter. He was only getting better as well, and obviously I haven't seen him for a few years now, but obviously I see what I see on the TV, and he's transformed. He's got a lot better.
How's he changed? You talked about Joe maybe slowing things down a bit, becoming more of a pro style. How has Daniel changed? Because when you sparred him, he must have still been quite young.
Yeah, he was quite young then, but the trend is Caroline now. Look, she's threatening. He's took the step over from the amateurs into the pros really well. All you have to do is look at his performances. He's gone from strength to strength, but he looks bigger, stronger, more experienced, and more confident. To be honest, I think the Daniel Dubois we've seen on his pro debut to Daniel Dubois we're seeing now is a different fighter. Not just in the ring, out of the ring. He's growing in confidence, which will help in the ring as well.
They can both punch, they can both box. Do you see it being kind of a thinking fight, or do you see it being all guns blazing pretty much from the start?
I think people say it's going to be all guns blazing, but I think both of them would be a bit daft to do that. Do you know what I mean? I think the cleverer one could be the one that takes the fight. People are expecting, everyone says that every big fight you have, people think, oh, this is going to be a war. It's going to be an absolute war. But I think whoever uses their brain the most, has any of them been the distance? Anyone done the 12 rounds? Joe's done the 12 rounds.
They've one distance fight each. Well, I don't know if it was 12 in Daniel's case, but he went the distance with Kevin Johnson, and
yeah,
Joe
that was right.
in the distance with Brian James.
Yeah, exactly. So So there's a lot of different elements for both of them to think about. Ultimately, for me, the one that takes whoever takes the big shots early, that's not good. And you got to think about this 12-round distance. Even though I can't see it going 12 rounds, that's got to be another thing in the back of both of their heads.
So metaphorical gun to your head, and you can reserve the right to change this when you do interviews tomorrow. But on Monday, the 23rd of November, 2020, 5 days away from the fight, who are you picking?
Can't I sit on the fence?
I'd rather you didn't, but I can't.
I'll just be real with you. I don't know. Like, you don't see many 50-50s, and this is. I'll give you the old traditional one, whichever is the day the fight was announced. Either Daniel early or Joe late on. That's the way I'm going. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a shit ass move. It's a bit on the fence, but I don't know honestly.
No, that's fair enough. All right, well, I really appreciate the analysis anyway, and very best of luck when the qualifier restarts.
No worries. Appreciate that. Thanks, Danny.
Cheers, Frazer. Take care.
Take care, mate. Take care.